As the Punisher is on a mission to take down some thugs, he would shoot them all down. However, they were all carrying vials containing a chemical called Survivor 119, which spilled all over the place and got into the ecosystem like getting into the water and food. And after some time, it started to turn people into zombies. So with that, Punisher decides he's going to try and fix his mistake by rescuing all the people who are uninfected, which started when Punisher heard a faint voice in a church nearby. He barges inside and finds a hole in the ground which had a pastor and his son. As they got to the top, a giant swarm of zombies come rushing out. So Frank throws a few grenades to end them. The pastor tells Frank that he was running a soup kitchen when the plague hit, and all of a sudden everyone there went crazy and started to fight over the food like animals. So he quickly got out of there and tried to save as many people from the streets as he could. As the nights went on, everyone he rescued had died or mysteriously vanished, but through it all, he kept his faith in God that everything was going to be fine. They arrive at Frank's home, and while inside, they share each other's backstory and lives with one another. When Punisher spots Deadpool outside his home, he quickly takes him down, but that's when Deadpool tells Frank that he knows where more survivors are. So Frank ties him up and asks him where they are, which Wade says that the boogeyman knows who is actually already here. So Punisher turns the corner and finds Spider-Man holding the pastor and his son. Punisher confronts Spider-Man with a gun, which is when Spider-Man tells Punisher that when the plague hit and infected everyone, some people ended up creating tribes, and a tribe right now is currently ruling over Manhattan, and if he finds the leader of it and helps him kill him and rescue his wife MJ, he will be able to rescue the survivors there, which Punisher agrees to do. So as Punisher heads out on the mission, he is accompanied by Spider-Man's tribe members consisting of Deadpool, Black Widow, and Scorpion. When they find the tribe's hideout, Punisher takes out his sniper and begins taking them down one by one. However, that's when a fleet of more backup arrives and overwhelms Punisher and his team. But as Punisher tries to leave, he spots MJ and tells her to come with him, but he gets smacked on the head by the tribe leader Kingpin. Kingpin ties Punisher up, telling him that he wants him to tell him where Spider-Man's tribe is hiding, but Punisher just responds by spitting on his face, which Kingpin licks clean. So Kingpin begins to punish the Punisher. Meanwhile, the pastor and his son figure something had happened to Frank, so they gear up to go rescue him, but they just end up getting captured too. Deadpool is in Kingpin's jail talking to Red Skull and begins to make him angry until he's close enough to his cell so he can knock him out and take his keys to free himself. Deadpool then rushes out of there with a bag he found the pastor had left behind and drops it on the ground before jumping off the high ground. Frank then busts out of the ropes he was in and grabs a bunch of weapons from the bag and starts shooting everyone around him until there was no one left, including Kingpin himself, leaving only the survivors. Afterwards, MJ reunites with Spider-Man, and when MJ thanks Frank for rescuing her and the survivors, Punisher pulls out his gun and shoots Spider-Man down, telling the pastor that he doesn't make deals with monsters. Frank then sends everyone off to a different place to be safe, while he keeps his word on rescuing every survivor he possibly can.